I can no longer remain silent about the crisis that unfolded here in our great city on last weekend. For months, I have watched, I have waited, hoping that reason would prevail, but the time for silence has certainly passed. Last weekend, 154 young people, many between the ages of 18 to 22 years old, were arrested, and there were some, maybe even upwards of 40, who were under 18, and they were arrested and taken to the juvenile detention center. They were arrested for unlawful assembly. They were allegedly spectators watching street racing, but in actuality, there was no street racing going on or that was occurring at that time. These young people, we see now, this was a mass arrest that created a complete bottleneck at the Oklahoma County Detention Center. As employees, as staff, they tried to process in and bond out at least 115 or so young people, and again, about 40 at the Juvenile Detention Center. While they were ultimately released going into Monday and even some into Tuesday morning, people who had made bond, they were stuck, some of them in the detention center, for extended periods of time because the staff, which we are understaffed at the detention center, could not handle the volume of people. What makes this situation particularly alarming is that these young people now face potential state charges for unlawful assembly. This is unprecedented. We have never seen state charges filed for unlawful assembly in situations like this. These situations have always been handled through municipal charges. Even veteran Oklahoma City police officers who are now retired but were on the force for 30 to 35 years, they have told me that they have never written state charges for situations like this.
I came onto a scene that was very disturbing. To my understanding, my son was to go to a car meet. I first get a phone call from his girlfriend saying, "Kobe needs you. Go to where he is." I went there and I saw something that you would see as if someone was that recently got murdered or drug bust. It was not a car meet detainment. Everybody from the police to all the participants that were being arrested were just as confused. I was first asked what was the cause, what was the reasoning, what were the charges that's going to occur. One police officer said it was due to unlawful assembly.
We were invited to this birthday party. It was more than a car meet. We wanted to really celebrate a birthday that was someone special to us. Honestly, just being in those handcuffs and just not having the idea of what was going to happen. All the cops were telling us different things, some saying we were going to get a ticket and be released, and some saying that we were going to go to jail. And for me, as Pastor Scobie said, none of us are bad kids. None of us are bad young adults. We are people that have lives. And for me, as an example, I'm a student athlete. So I don't know what's going through my head. I'm like, will this affect my scholarship? Will this affect my, reasoning to go to school? I'm thinking of so many possibilities that this might affect my life, and that's not what someone wants to do. And being in those handcuffs for the hours that we were in, because it just took so long for all the cops to get everything figured out, was the worst feeling, because still, even now, a week later, I still don't have all the feeling back in my left hand, and that's not something that none of us should have had to go through. Sitting out there in the rain and in the hail was just ridiculous.
Multiple cop cars surround us, front, behind. They're telling us that they have dogs, so don't even try to run. And they have their tasers, rubber bullet guns, and everything aimed at us and telling us that everyone is going to jail. So me and my best friend, obviously, we're confused, because we're trying to figure out what we did. And I'm also thinking, I'm a Division II basketball player. I have a scholarship on the line. So I'm also thinking, like, how am I going to tell my coach? How am I going to break it to him that I just went to jail? Like, I don't know how to tell him, like, I have a $45,000 scholarship on the line, and I don't know how to tell him that I lost it. Like, will I be able to get my education after this? I was scared. I'm in there just thinking, like, I was scared to call my parents because I was scared what they were going to do if they found out that I got arrested.
They had no respect for any of these young people, but yet the police want you to have respect for them. It's a two-way street. You give what you get. One young lady was the first to be processed in at approximately 1 a.m. Sunday morning, one of the first to post bail. She was the absolute last person released 41 hours later. At one point, they couldn't even account for 4 kids. They lost them. One young man was to be released. When they came to take him out of his cell, oh, well, this is where we thought we put him, but guess what? He's not here. They found him 14 hours later. Now, how would you feel if that was your child? Not knowing where your child is in a jail, this corrupt, for 14 hours? I would be going crazy. They'd probably have me in a cell by then. They've slandered this event by saying there were drugs and guns, but not one single drug charge, not one single gun charge has been filed. Funny to me. This was a birthday party. This was supposed to celebrate someone's happy day with friends, family, and possibly new friends to meet. Pregnant woman got slammed against a car and is now in the hospital. Another young woman is sick with an upper respiratory infection. No one came to do any harm. They came to have fun. I'm sorry, I feel the Oklahoma City Police Department has made a fiasco of this.